All right, and as I got everything set up here, thank you very much for joining me on this Game Pass library, episode 13, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. So primarily the way that I go through the series, I kind of say this at the beginning, I play the game for about an hour, and then at least for an hour. I actually played 20 hours in my previous stream for Yakuza Like a Dragon, and there was so much to cover, I still went over time streaming that video. But what I like to do is, if you jump into the videos and you're watching this on YouTube, jump down in the comment section and leave me a comment on a game that you'd like to see streamed. If I have it in the Game Pass library, I'll add it to my queue of games to be streamed. If it's in my PlayStation library or Xbox library outside of Game Pass, if I have access to it, I'll stream it. But please jump down in there, give me some activity. If you're ever in the live streams, jump into the chat, say hi so I know that you stopped by, and even leave me a suggestion while I'm doing the live streams. So this is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This is a game that is all about story. It is all about the struggles that this character goes through, but because it's really story heavy, I didn't want to cover too much to spoil it, because as I talk about, there's combat here, there's story, I'll say that again, there's choice that you can make on the path that you take at specific times. It's very dependent. I say dependent, that's the wrong word. It's at its best when you are playing the game with a set of headphones on, so that you can hear the 3D audio, or at least the left-right ear audio of this character that is going through what it is that she's going through. You can see a lot of development stories for this game. They're out there on YouTube. There's even some sort of a making of in the game itself. This is has been updated to run in performance mode on the Xbox Series X that I'm using right now. But this game has a lot of just discovering the journey that is Senua, and the challenges and the sacrifice, hence the name of the game, that she's going to have to make in order to progress. There is great dialogue, there is great facial animation in this character. Hellblade: Senua's Saga is coming out on the Xbox Series X. You can go and search for that video game, that soon to be released video game, and soon is relative. And you can see some of the great strides that the team has made in the story. But again, it's just a tour de force of audio cues right now in my left and right ear, and it's something that you have to experience. It's hard to do if you're not wearing headphones, is to experience the dementia and the psychological bombardment that Senua is going through. So it's not all about stats. It's not all about combat choices. There's combat in there, and I'm playing on hard mode right now. And there's certain things that you can do in combat and do wrong that will change the way that the game bombards you in other ways. The game is just described as a journey with Senua, and you'll be with her through every step of the way. She's breathing hard right now. She's going through some extremely difficult past that's kind of pushing her forward through the challenges and the fears that she's facing, and the fears that she's carrying with her. And it does an extremely good job of taking the player along with you. So this hour-long stream, I really want to kind of enjoy it with you if you're seeing this for the first time, to kind of push you into possibly wanting to try it for yourself. And if you have Game Pass library, the game is available to you now. They eventually might pull it out of the library. They rotate games in and out of there. And if you have a Game Pass, access to Game Pass, the game is actually cheaper if you buy it through, if you have that subscription. So it's something to consider as well. But if you can see a little bit of what's happening to the screen, if you notice there's subtle changes, things are starting to visually change for the player, as it is for Senua. That's sort of the way that I'm going to be describing the game, is just you need to come on this journey with her. So I'm spoiling a little bit of things here, so this stream is going to spoil some things. I have played through Hellblade Senua Saga to completion when it was originally released. So I do have some idea. It's been a while, so I've forgotten some of the nuances of the story. You see this rippling that's happening all around her. And you can see the character animation is, her breathing has increased. She's starting to look around a little bit more. Her eyes are darting about. I hope I can get into some overall animations. I know there's a comment down there by Charcoal Snack. She was the suggestion, planting the seed for my Dark Souls journey streams that I've been on. I don't know why I'm calling them journey streams, but I do like this. This game was suggested by Z-Roll69. So Z-Roll, this stream is for you. I'm glad that I was able to make it a numbered episode. Okay, so I gotta remember my combat skills. Gotta remember my ability to block.
He's down.
Playing on hard, I gotta be careful. Combat is visceral. I gotta do timed parrying. Oh, missed that one. In order to get through this door, I have to defeat these enemies.
He's finished.
The voices that are in her head, in my headphones.
Finish this. End it now.
If I die too many times in this game, it'll be a permanent death. And I'll have to start all over this journey. So you have to be extremely careful. And again, I'm playing on hard, so I have to be careful. And you have to be careful with the choices that you make on this journey with her. You can kind of see the dementia that she's going through. The game does such a good job of making that atmosphere palpable and almost tangible, and especially with the audio. The audio is done exceptionally well. So you see these rings that kind of pop up, and you just need to kind of focus on them. So this NY shape here, I need to find somewhere in the world this shape. All right, going to the stream. I was going to say this game, weirdly enough, but wasn't sure if you'd enjoy it.
I heard their screams, and I still hear
Let's just kind of listen in here. Sorry if I was talking over some of the audio here. Yes, Dark Soul is a journey. All right, so I need to find, I think it's just this right here. All right, so, all right, somewhere in the world I'm trying to find this shape. You can kind of see, which marks on the door over here. How is it, Zero? Do your thing, man. Yeah. I have, like I said, Z. Again, I'm talking to the people that are currently in my live stream. So for those watching on YouTube, I'm talking to those that have dropped comments in the live stream. But Yeah, I've played through the game before in the past. I'm starting to see some of the pattern here in these trees here. You just have to make this shape. There's a Y right there, but it's not quite everything that I need. Could be one right here. Kind of, but I don't think that's what the game's asking me for. It could be in shadows. I don't know if you guys can hear it as well as I can. Those that are watching on YouTube or watching the live stream, if you're wearing headphones, do you hear the left and right like I? Oh, there we are. Here we are, right here. I have to make it too. It's not necessarily something that's just that exact shape. As you can see how this shape is what I'm looking for, but I also have to kind of make the shape for myself. So there's one shape out of the two that I need. Now I'm looking for the N. I'm looking for possibly two left and right pole shapes, and then make the top left, bottom right angle. Sometimes I'll get audio and visual cues on possibly an area I need to go. Alright, I'm seeing something right here. Is it a right, left? Maybe I need to go... Alright, so you can see these visual cues I'm getting telling me, hey, you might be where you need to be. What if I went this way? I feel like it's these poles right here. So Charcoal Snack says in the live chat, I've played this and the audio was so interesting. The voices in my brain did not enjoy. But they're so well, I mean, it's almost like ASMR, but not a pleasant ASMR, just you hear the voices, and it gave me tingles the first time. I mean, like ASMR can, but it kind of lends itself to the dementia that the character is going through. And if you ever watch any of the documentaries for Senua's sacrifice, it kind of talks to about how the team actually did the research, did their due diligence with people that are actually going through dementia. So it kind of has the player going through some of the same, oh, there it is right there. All right, so now that I've found these two things that the things in my mind were asking for.
But you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened.
All right, so I don't remember if okay, yeah, I am able to run. Now, those that are watching here, if you notice...
I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took
I'll wait for the audio.
I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, and slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
I'm hoping during this stream, I'm only 15 minutes in, I'm hoping I can get to one of the cutscenes that shows some of the excellent facial animation that this game has under its belt. I'm going to go into photo mode here. I think I can go into photo mode. And I love games that do this, giving photo mode so you can kind of really take in like this awe of effort that developers do with their games, and just the ability to I don't know, create your own lore. Like there's so much story going on here, and I like free cameras more than characters or cameras that are connected to the character and just sort of on an umbilical and rotate around the character. But it really lets you become take some freedom in the world that they've built. But the reason I kind of detach the camera is you can kind of see some of the damage that's happening to Senua for every bit of damage that I take, any time that I die. I think if I die at all, that's when permadeath happens. And you can kind of see she can only take so much damage, and it's kind of visually shown here on her right arm as it starts to creep up and take her over. So I have to be careful with that. Yeah, really great on the facial animations. Hopefully that's something I can show you guys in the future cutscenes. All right, so moving on. This game is just a visual tour de force, so be prepared for that. And a psychological tour de force. Game's visual direction and art direction, splendid. Alright, I'm probably coming up on a battle here. Gonna see how the world's starting to almost not deteriorate, but it's like ash coming from the ground, and that's telling me something. Could be a battle, could be a cutscene. Could be death. I kind of forget sometimes that my right bumper is my block. Careful. Hear my heart beating. Just don't die.
You won. Take him down. Take him down. Get him now.
I might die. Come on, you bastard. Sorry for the language, Charcoal. Now, I don't know whether or not the Blight, let's just call it Blight for now. I forget what it might be called. Her sanity, maybe. That's kind of represented by her right arm. I don't know if that happens whether or not you die or whether or not you take damage. But again, keep an eye on it. Alright, so the door. Or again, I see these as things that Senua is seeing in her mind, and that she has to put together. That's what I'm seeing as the gameplay interaction, that the character is being, or the player is being asked through the character to interact with the world. You're trying to see things in her mind as maybe somebody would with dementia, or going through the struggles that Senua is going through. That's sort of what these things represent.
Know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel, and let the dead walk through. Find the,
The
fire,
dead
Senua,
walk through.
to follow the path to Surt.
Walk through fire. How about I just put my hands in fire? Alright, let's go this way, because I came from over... I thought I came from up there. Yeah, I came from up there. Let's go through here. Alright, this looks like... Okay, I've got this left and right. Again, if you're not using headphones, I don't know if the streams have 3D audio in it for viewers, but I hear the left and right voices in my head, and that's what this game does so well. Alright, so let's... It's going to be something with this, I think. Alright, something here. Maybe I need to go into this. There it is. Now again, all this is in Senua's head. It's not really happening, but it definitely pulls the player along with you. I probably didn't go fast enough. I don't know if it's his permadeath either. Alright, so I've died, so I think now the insanity, or blight, has now increased. So I need to be careful. Alright, let's get through this a little bit quicker now.
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
What's happening? Where's the fire gone? Where's it gone? The fire's disappeared. It was everywhere. Maybe it was a troll. The pyre. Surt is through there. He's waiting for her. You can't get through. How will she get through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth and sound. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
You just have to find it. He's waiting for you. It was never going to be that easy. He's waiting.
I'm getting chills with the left-right voices.
Find him. The pyre.
If you have a really good set of headphones, you're gonna feel that tingle as you have these women, and I think there are some men that kind of whisper left and right, but it's mostly men because I think it's just voices of Senua. Alright, here's some story elements. Anytime you see these red spheres, it's going to be some story elements. So keep an eye out for them.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds. and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Okay, so I'm realizing that maybe the audio subtitles should be on for any kind of stream for those that would like it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And I'll go through this one more time.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the
fire giants.
And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
I love that accent, that forward, it's right at the tip of the tongue. It's very short. I don't know like exactly where it comes from. Like this Norse mythology. It's pushed towards the front of your mouth. It's very maybe it's short. I love the subtlety of it all. I'm butchering it, I know, and maybe I'm trying to force it to the front of my mouth, the front of my lips, like that. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I think it's towards the front, like the accent is towards the front. It's not as guttural.
Another gate. Another gate.
She needs to find it.
Another fire sacrifice.
Another fire sacrifice.
Another sacrifice.
Alright, so probably going to be one back here.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Surt. Alright, Surt. Let's go back over here. And again, those that are watching on YouTube, the archived version of this, I'm hoping that it's picking up the left-right audio, because it does mean a lot for this game.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
Alright, I guess I could just walk backwards, so I know where the exit is. There's a bridge, so remember the bridge. That's where it's going to burn. So just got to remember the bridge. I'm probably not going to even be able to see it. Her mind's about to go through some serious S right now. And when I say S, S-H-I-T. Oh, some more story. We always want story.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
Alright, so I don't know if this is going to be my path back, but the bridge, hopefully I can still see the bridge. And I need to get out of here before I burn to death. So I don't remember if she climbs. I'm just pressing some buttons here. I don't think she climbs. Could be wrong. Maybe I need to go up this way. Alright, so I'm going to have to come back out this way. There's a fire there. There's a fire there. I feel like I'm going to get disoriented once the fire starts. I think maybe I'd have to go this way. I feel like this is all going to be on fire, though. It's about to get crazy. All right, wish me luck.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes, but they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Now, I don't know whether or not I'm going to have to go back through the path that I'm taking here, or if I'm going to be able to just drop down. Alright, so the fire is going to start. I may have to go back that direction. Or can I just drop down from here so I don't burn as much? Alright, so I can drop down here. Hopefully that's a choice. Alright, so let's go back around. Just needed to check that, because I do believe I have a very real chance of burning to death and gaining more insanity. I'm already almost halfway up my arm. I've only really just begun. Alright, I'm gonna go that way if I can. If I can't go that way, I need to go that way.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me! I am alone.
Ooh. Yes, permadeath is a real thing in this game. Like I got another one. And again, this choice that I made to go into this area at this time was a choice that I made. I could have made the choice to go in a different direction and have different challenges come at a different time. Still have to go through two different, you know, kind of facing Senua's fears. but I've chosen to go this direction. So you could play it in a different order. So if I need to get out of here, all right, I need to find a pattern. An X.
The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers,
R.
insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things. Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
I feel like it could be this X right here. I think I might need to get further away. Maybe it's from the other direction. It says that the R is here. I feel like it's part of this right here. Got a straight up and down line here. I feel like I've got this line and then this line.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
I feel like maybe there's a walkway up here. Maybe it's demanding that I look down on it. So let's go back over here. See if walking up there is an option. Again, this X pattern right here is still demanding something from me. Oh, there it is right there. There it is. Alright, there's the X, and I think the R pattern's probably going to be requiring me to go upstairs. I feel like this fire is also going to happen, so I need to pay attention to that. Oh, this has to be it. I guess it doesn't have to be anything. I've got that pattern there, this straight line. Something else needs to be broken. Maybe it's in the trees? Oh. Feel a possible battle coming on. Oh, okay. Alright, so the way that I need to go is... I hope it doesn't push me through the house. Hopefully it's just this direction. Straight up. I bet you it's going to take me through the house. If I zoom in with my right trigger, the sound of the ambient noise dies down, and I start to hear each and every breath of Senua. Alright, moving forward. Let's walk the fire. Walk through fire. I have to go through the house. Oh no! Step. Don't break on me.
You're close. Behind you.
Got turned around. There it is.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to the ground!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No, I see nothing now.
I'm really hoping, again, I'm at about 47 minutes into the game now. I would like to get to a point where the viewers, you, can see some of the animations, facial animations in the cutscenes that the team is also known for. All right, I've got this up here, which should give me another fire trial. Let's go down and do this guy first. So as you can see, this game is story, puzzle, combat, but I'd say more on the lore. I'll say, okay, so I've got 3 puzzles I need to get.
How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved.
Listen to this audio real quick.
I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surt. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
All right. Adjust my microphone here. Okay, so we're looking for 3 puzzle pieces. This may take me a little while longer, but again, I think I'd like to play through. If you're willing to stick with me, those that are in the stream, thank you for lurking. Those that are watching on the YouTube replay, thank you for sticking with me. I hope I can get to a point where, I think that's the P right there. I hope I can get to a point where you can see some of the cutscenes, so I'll keep playing, hopefully so that you guys can get a taste of some of the cutscene animation. Alright, so I've got 1 of 3. And again, this episode is brought to you by Zerol69. If you have the time, please type in ZROL69. Go check out his stream. A Dark Souls player extraordinaire. And also in the stream is Charcoal Snek, that's CharcoalSnek, who has previously given a suggestion to stream a Dark Souls and got me hooked back in.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will travel to battle in the ship called Naglfar, the corpse ship. And when the sons of Muspel leave the ship and ride to battle, It will be as though the sky had split open, and Surt will lead them. Wherever he goes, flame will erupt before him, and fires will burn behind him.
Lots of fire. Lots of insanity. Alright, so my other puzzle is... Okay, that one might be a little too easy. Is it just the... Nope, that's not the direction. I think maybe I need to be looking the other direction. There's definitely a cutout there, but it needs to go the other direction. So maybe I just need to be looking at it from the other direction. But again, go check out those other two streams, their channels. Enjoy. Oh yeah, that one. There it is. Enjoy some Dark Souls. Anything else that the community is doing. Alright, I have one more. And it is the shape of a right-facing triangle. These people had really bad days. Can I open this? Alright, I have one more. Hopefully when things start to burn, this will make getting back easier. Every time I climb long ladders, I'm always thinking of Metal Gear Solid 3, Subsistence. What a thrill. Okay. Now I'm not sure if the red lights that you see, the shape of the key that I'm looking for, if they line up in a direction that says look this way. I feel like it's right there for some reason. I feel like I should be using this right here. Oh, is that it right there? Ha! Nice. Alright, so that's all the keys. Alright, let's go to this. Maybe it's just going to be a straight line run for this burn.
Senua, if I can survive so can you.
Hopefully it's just a straight run. Come on, Senua, we can do it.
Run, Senua! Run! Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop me! Run, Senua! Run! Come on, Senua! Through the fire!
She's dying.
It's him. It's him.
I didn't make it? I thought I made it. It's very involved in this cutscene, so maybe it's just it's in her mind. All right, it's in her mind. All right, here's some of that great animation.
I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from you.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
Look at the animations in the lips, the eyes. The eyes tell a lot. All right.
Take his mark, and I will.
Probably a good way to end the stream is if I can survive this.
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me. Fight me now.
I don't know if parrying is the right thing to do. Yeah, I couldn't see. I had something in front of me there.
It's not over.
Do I have a dodge? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I have a dodge. There's my dodge. I think every time I'm dying, my insanity is getting greater. I'll try to beat this guy in this stream before I go out. I should have been listening to the voices in my head. They're telling me to focus.
For every battle won, a greater battle takes its place. And so it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep it.
I die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have.
Remember hell.
find your
H-E-L.
answers.
Remember hell.
Your quest. Your truth.
All right. So that is a little over an hour. I try to keep the streams close to an hour for these episodes. And I think that's a perfect place to call this the conclusion to episode number 13, right? I am on episode 13 of the Game Pass library. Thank you very much for joining me on the live stream. Thank you for watching the replay on YouTube. If you're new to the series, generally I like to have people jump into the live stream, throw a title of a game, and if I have access to it, I'll add it to my game queue, my queue of games to be streamed. I'd like you to pick one out of the Game Pass library so that I can add it to an episode. That would be preferred, but I'm open to any game, any suggestion. Thank you very much for joining me. This game is all about your time and your understanding of the journey that Senua is making. And the game and the developers did a very good job to help the players kind of bring and to stay with Senua and kind of enjoy what it is that she is going through. The team over at Ninja Theory have a history and a portfolio that I think you should drop in and do some research on, because they're not new to this, obviously, but they did kind of build this from the ground up of making something very genuine and very unique. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to catch you on episode 14, which will be Hollow Knight, and that was a game suggested by another viewer. So I hope the next time you join me, it'll be a game that you suggested. Thank you very much, and I'll check you on the next episode.